So the next thing that you absolutely must do if you want to become unrecognizable in the next 90 days, and it's probably my all-time favorite thing that has changed my life. The key to a big transformation, the key to seeing real change. Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to the channel. If you are in a season where you are ready to take your health, your body, and your mindset to the next level, then you're in the right place. I am locking in for the next 90 days. May is over. We locked in for May. We started in May, and I am ready to go hard for the next 90 days. No extremes and no quick fixes. Just showing up for myself with intention, building habits that actually last, and becoming the strongest version of me from the inside out. In today's video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how I'm structuring my 90-day reset, how I'm eating, how I'm training, how I'm tracking my progress, and staying locked in even when motivation dips. So if this is content that you guys like to see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump right into today's video. All right. So we really need to get out for a walk because it's gonna be so hot today. I need to hit my steps for the day. The dogs need a walk. But before we do that, I really wanna just chat with you guys really quick about the first thing that we need to do if we really wanna see change in the next 90 days. What I am doing and what we all really have to do in order to see change in our life in general, but especially if we want like a completely different life, a completely different body and lifestyle in the next 90 days, it is possible. But the first thing that you absolutely have to do is you have to take radical responsibility for the current situation that you're in, right? We cannot address a problem, we cannot fix something, we cannot change something if we don't realize that there's something that needs to be changed, if we don't admit that there's something that needs to be fixed or that something that is not working, right? So for me, what that's looking like is really dialing in on my nutrition, being radically responsible for the calories that I put in my mouth. I have been eating in a low FODMAP, SIBO, paleo-based diet for the last so many years, and I have taken that to an extreme of being really afraid of foods and not eating enough. I've done fasting where I just didn't eat, and I've really gotten to a place where I'm really trying to intuitively eat. For the last 6 months, I've really been trying to come back to my body and really cultivate this environment that there are no bad foods, and that I just need to learn how to listen to my body and take all of the diets and all of the things out of it. I do have a big background in doing elimination diets and learning the foods that make my body feel good. That is my biggest driver for me. What I really want to lock in though is the nutrition point. So like I've been really good about hitting my 140 grams of protein. It's the little things that you add that you don't realize that it's making a really big difference. And so just having radical accountability for the food that I'm putting in my mouth, making sure to hit my 10K steps every single day, and taking radical responsibility for the foods that I'm putting in my mouth. For me personally, that's the biggest thing for me. I've got my training on point. Like I love lifting weights. It's a habit for me. I love doing yoga. It's a habit for me. Like those little things, I'm like, all right, I've got that box checked. I've got this box checked. I personally need to dial in on nutrition. So that's what I am focusing on in the next 90 days, really dialing in on my nutrition and being really consistent with my workouts. And obviously, like somebody mentioned, like you can't lose weight in perimenopause or in menopause if your body doesn't feel safe enough to lose the weight in your gut health and all this stuff. I've been working on my gut health for years and years. I'm big on my prebiotics, probiotics, postbiotics. Like I'm pretty dialed in. I eat a gut-friendly diet because that helps me reduce my inflammation for my arthritis. And I don't talk about that every time I do a video, but just so you guys know, yes, gut health is so important, and eating foods that reduce my inflammation is so important to me because it helps with my psoriatic arthritis. So I needed to have the radical responsibility of holding myself accountable for the foods that I'm eating and the movement that I'm doing, because my goal is to really lock in and feel my best and get this scale to budge, really try to figure this out, and also hold space and curiosity for my hormones, because I just checked checked my FSH levels today on day 3 of my cycle, and she's high, girls. Ladies, she's high, and that's higher than it should be for somebody my age. So we're gonna have to be talking to all the doctors again, and it's okay. I want to do everything that I can, because I just kept hearing myself say, but I'm already doing everything right. Like, I'm already doing everything right. And if I was doing everything right, I wouldn't be where I am, right? Like, we have to have that radical responsibility. And so I'm holding myself accountable for that. All right. So I've got to get these dogs out for a walk. I'm gonna put my weighted vest on, which is why we're standing, because we got to get out the door. This has just been fun for anybody. I thank you guys for everybody who's reached out, who's tried the 12-pound weighted vests. Like, I've heard a lot of people say like they're not magic. I don't think that it's gonna be magic either. I just think that it's like a fun new thing that I can add that's good for bone density and just kind of like makes it a little bit more challenging without it hurting. It kind of helps me with my posture because it makes me hold my core in when I'm walking with my dogs and stuff. So I really like it. I've been enjoying it. I'm gonna go take the dogs for a walk, but I'm taking you with me. So let's go. So the next thing that you absolutely must do if you want to become unrecognizable in the next 90 days is that you must do one thing every single day that works towards your goal. Okay, so if you're on a healthy lifestyle or a fitness journey, this looks like getting your workout in every day. This looks like hitting your 10K steps every day. This looks like going to the grocery store and stocking your house with lean proteins and lots of veggies. This looks like meal prepping for the week or meal prepping for your busy day at work. This looks like looking up some new recipes so that you can have new delicious fun recipes to eat so that you're not bored to tears with the food that you're eating, right? But if you really want to see this change in the next 90 days, we're going to focus on one goal. We're going to be crystal clear on that goal, and we're going to do something every single day that is working towards that goal. So for me, that's looking like hitting my steps, meal prepping, eating high protein, including more vegetables into my diet, and being really accountable with the foods that I'm putting in my mouth. All right, you guys. So the key to a big transformation, the key to seeing real change, and the key to completely transforming your life in 90 days, because it's such a short amount of time, you have to do this one thing, okay? And this one thing is that you have to set one goal. One. It's not about making more money, looking good, healing all your relationships. Like, we do want to transform our lives, right? In 90 days. That is the goal. But you have to pick one thing, okay? So, for example, if you choose, I want to get my fitness like on point, right? Making a commitment to move your body every day, making a commitment to pick up heavier weights, making a commitment to fuel your body with high protein and lots of greens and veggies, and like being accountable for the foods that you're putting in your mouth and getting out for your hot girl walks. Like, those things are gonna change other areas of your life too, for so many reasons. You're gonna feel better about yourself. The food that you're putting in your body, it's gonna help you feel better. It's going to help you lose weight. It's going to help you reduce inflammation levels. Getting out for your hot girl walks is going to help you reduce your inflammation levels, and it's going to change your life. It's going to affect your relationships because you're going to have to give up that drinking on Friday nights with your girlfriend so that you're excited to do your workout on Saturday morning. And maybe instead of going drinking all night with your girlfriends on a Friday, you're choosing to go to Pilates on Saturday morning, right? Like, maybe you're going for a hike with your friend on Sunday. Maybe you're choosing to do other activities other than day drinking all day or hitting up the bottomless mimosas for brunch, right? Just pick one goal to commit to, lock in hard for the next 90 days, and I promise you, you're gonna see radical changes, okay? So for me, what I am doing, like, my goal is nutrition. Like, I am locking in to my nutrition. I am tracking. I am being accountable for the foods that I put in my mouth. I'm being accountable for the calories I put in my mouth. And what that looks like for me is focusing on hitting 140 grams of protein protein a day. That's looking like more savory breakfasts, including vegetables and a handful of greens for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? Making sure to hit my 10K steps. I've gone back to doing 3 weighted workouts a week just because my body has been really tired, and I'm planning on increasing that. I've added my weighted vest to all my walks, so I'm still hitting my 10K steps every single day, even on the days that I don't do a weighted workout, which has been really great. So that's what I'm doing. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your one goal that you're focusing on in the next 90 days? I want to cheer you on. This community is so freaking beautiful. These women, you guys, will pump you up and you will see your story in their stories. I am so proud of each and every one of you. Let's keep crushing the next 90 days because I'm locking in. Are you locking in? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's freaking get it together. We're going to be completely different people in the next 90 days. And I'm excited because this means locking in even when I'm on vacation. And I love that because for me on vacation, like I like to be my normal self even on vacation and just have so much fun. So with that being said, let us know in the comments down below, what is your one goal for the next 90 days? I absolutely cannot wait to support you throughout the next 90 days. Look at this little girl. What are you doing? Are you just sleeping on my chair? I know it's hot outside. This is her favorite little blanket and her favorite place to be. Little Luna, I'm gonna have to move you though. I gotta talk to my girls. They're waiting. They're waiting. You can have the cozy blanket. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, you're a good girl. Can you? All right, ladies, we are back. It was hot outside. I sweat through that white tee so fast. Had to freshen up because I was looking like a sweaty Betty. But let's get back to it. Just a heads up, it's later in the day. Doug and Liv are both home. So if you hear noise moving around the house, that's what's happening. Also, Doug, MVP. He just fixed our AC. So if you hear something going, it's because our AC, it's blowing nice cold air, which is beautiful because it's hot outside. So let's jump back into this video, you guys. The next thing that you absolutely must do, and it's probably my all-time favorite thing that has changed my life just in general, like all aspects of my life, but will certainly change your life in the next 90 days, is you want to get crystal clear on what your future self looks like. What does she look like? What does she do? What does she act like? Who is the future version of yourself that you are becoming? I love this question. It's my all-time favorite because before that, I just had these like open-ended goals and I was like, well, I just want to be thinner. I just want to be thin. I just want to do this. I just want to be this. I just want to be that. But I had no plan. I didn't know what that looked like. And so when you get crystal clear on what your future self looks like, how does she act? How does she show up for herself? What kind of relationships does she have? How does she take care of herself? How does she eat? What kind of movement does she love to do, right? When you get crystal clear on who you are becoming, you can start working backwards and be like, okay, well, if my future self likes to wake up early and have a nice calm morning before her family wakes up, then you probably should start waking up before your family and start showing up as that version of yourself, right? If your future version of yourself has lost the weight and is living in her dream body, amazing. What did she do to get there? What kind of movement does she love to do? How does she like to do it? Does she like to wake up early and get it done before the day starts? Is she more motivated at lunchtime, likes to go out and get her steps in at lunchtime? Does she like to pack her gym bag and she loves that like after work sweat? Girl, you do you, right? Find what she likes to do. Does she like to do hot Pilates? Does she like swimming? Does she like what does she do, right? What are her habits? What does her morning routine look like? What kinds of foods does she eat, right? Is she swinging into Taco Bell and In-N-Out Burger every day and like loading up on fast food? Is she swinging into Starbucks every day? Like maybe she is. Maybe your future self is like, you know what? My future self is wealthy and she feels so amazing just like swinging in, grabbing her to-go coffee because it makes her feel luxurious and whatever. Like, I'm that girl if I have my to-go cup of coffee. Girl, that's amazing. But you need to know that about yourself. Like, what is it that your future self is doing, living the life that she wants, the life that you want to be in? What does it look like? Get really clear. Write it down, okay? Write it down 100 times. What does her perfect day look like? I love like writing about that. Like, what does my perfect day look like? It's an excellent journal prompt. And then you read it, kind of like scripting. You read it at night before you go to bed so you can visualize it and dream about it. And you read it in the morning so that you can like, what am I going to do today that's going to get me closer to my future self, right? So this kind of ties into what we were talking about out on the walk, is like we're visualizing our future self and we're getting really clear on what she does and how she does it and how she achieved the goals that we want to achieve now. And now we got to start taking steps towards that goal. What's that one thing that you can do every day to become that future version of yourself, right? And another question that I love to ask myself at the end of the night that ties into all of this is, if I showed up tomorrow as my next level self, how would I show up differently than I do today, right? Because she's doing something. She has done something. She has got the thing that I already want. So how did she get there? What did she do? How did she act, right? Was her desk clean? Did she smash out her workout early? Did she lift heavier weights today? Maybe she got out for her walk even though it was 93 degrees outside. Girl, I definitely wouldn't have done that if I wasn't doing this 90-day challenge, right? So how does your future self show up for herself and start taking those actionable steps every single day? And I promise one day you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, holy moly, I stepped into the version of myself that I once dreamed about because I got clear, because I took actionable steps, because I didn't make it overwhelming and crazy and big. I took one small step at a time, and then all of a sudden I arrived at this beautiful place that I intentionally built, right? Like I intentionally got here because I took those actionable steps every single day. The last thing that I want you guys to do, and I love this, and I think that this one thing can honestly, like all of these are gold, but this one is key, okay? Build your evidence list. Okay, so at the end of every night, so what is an evidence list? At the end of every single night, I want you to write 3 to 5 things that you did today to show up as your next level self. The things that you did today that you did right. The things that you did to take care of yourself. The things that got you closer to your goal than yesterday, right? So this could look like, I drank all my water today. I hit my step goal that I said I was going to. I told myself I was going to wake up at 5 a.m. and girl, I did it. I did 5 minutes of meditation. I got my workout in. Go me, right? Like I meal prepped a meal today. I ate a salad with dinner. I hit my protein goal. Like make an evidence list proving that you are the version of yourself that you really want to be, or that you're becoming the version of yourself that you're going to be, or build the evidence that you're the kind of person who shows up for herself every day, right? Because one way or the other, our brain is building evidence every single day to prove whatever we're thinking to be true, right? So if you think, oh, this isn't working for me, this is never gonna work for me, I'm always gonna be in this body, like I'm never gonna get that job, I'm never gonna have that healthy relationship, like that's just not for me, your brain is going to find evidence proving that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve the relationships that you want, that, you know, that job wasn't meant for you, it's meant for somebody else. Why? Because you're telling the universe, because you're stating out loud over and over again that it's not for you. And your brain is constantly building evidence to prove you right. Right? So if you flip the script and you change your mindset to, I get to live the life that I want. I get to make the money that I want. I get to have the body that I want. I get to have the relationships that I want, right? And then you start building the evidence and you're like, okay, so I didn't get everything right. Quick note, nobody gets everything right every single day. That's fine. It's not about getting every single thing right. It's not about hitting your steps every single day and hitting your macros perfect every single day and doing this perfect. Like it's not about being perfect. Let's build evidence about the things that you did do that day, right? Start to train your brain to look for the positive things instead of the negative things. Because the more you focus on the positive things, the more you focus on what you did right, your brain's gonna be like, oh yeah, I did do that right. I can do that again tomorrow. Oh yeah, I killed that workout today. Maybe I ate a little bit more than I should, but you know what? I got my steps in and I did my workout and I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna do that again tomorrow. And you know what? I'm gonna pack a salad with me because whatever I did at work yesterday, like it didn't really work for me. So I'm gonna try something new tomorrow, right? Your brain is like, okay, how can I make the good thing that I want to have happen? Let's prove that right? So write your list at the end of every single night. Quick, it'll take you less than 5 minutes. Sit down. And even if you're just saying it to yourself in bed, oh man, I am so proud of myself. I drank all the water that I said I was going to today. You know what? I told my friend I was gonna go for a walk. It was 5 minutes, but I got out there and I got out for my 5-minute walk. I'm so proud of myself. I said I was gonna hit my protein goal and I got so close to my protein goal. I'm so proud of myself. Like tomorrow, what else can I do to maybe actually hit my protein goal tomorrow, right? Because that's what's gonna keep you going. That's what's gonna get you to the result that you really, really want, right? Prove yourself right. Prove that you're the kind of person who shows up for herself. Prove that you're the kind of person who gets her workout in, who does her steps because you love yourself, not because you hate and shame yourself, right? That you're building this beautiful lifestyle to become this gorgeous future version of you inside and out, and just prove to yourself that you are that person. You are becoming that person one little tiny step at a time. And we just have to build that evidence to prove to your brain that you are the person who does these things for yourself, right? It's my favorite thing. It also helps you look for the good in every single day. That's why I do my gratitude list at the end of every night, because it's so easy sometimes when you're in chronic pain or when you have a small kid or you're going through a hard time with your partner or whatever it is, to be like, oh my God, today was the hardest day ever. Like this was the worst day. It was so hard, and only see the negative and only focus on the negative. But when you stop and you are like, okay, but the sun was shining today and it was beautiful. Oh, and my sister text messaged me and that really made my heart feel good and I felt really supported and seen. And oh my goodness, like I had this beautiful meal and I got to eat it in silence and I drank my cup of coffee in a quiet house with the sun coming up. Like when you start to train your brain to look for the positive things, you start to see more positive things throughout your day. And that's the same kind of a thing that you're getting when you're building your evidence list, that you're the kind of person that eats that healthy meal, that makes good choices for herself. You're that kind of person. You're already that kind of person. There's a future version of you who is already doing that. So let's just prove to your brain that you're already that person so that you can step into that version of yourself now. Right? All right, ladies, if you guys are ready to lock in for the next 90 days, let your girl know in the comments down below. I want to cheer you on. I am doing the next 90 days, really locking into my health and my fitness and getting that dialed in, tracking my macros. I'm building my evidence list. I am walking with my weighted vest. I'm hitting my steps. I'm doing my workouts, and I'm ready to cheer you on throughout this journey too. So comment locked in the description box down below. I am so ready. We're gonna become unrecognizable in the next 90 days. Are you ready? Let's freaking go. All right. If you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, because it really supports my channel, and I will see you in the next video. I love you. Bye.